Hey everyone, we just had our adventures in green, and we gave the palette away, which is this palette. I'm going to flip my camera over so I can see where I'm at. Oh, that should be alright. And so I don't want to mess it up too much, but there's a lot of paint on here. I just couldn't pass it up. Also, I wanted to show you something new. Given this half each yet. It's like a disaster zone came in here. These are called Protones by Jerry's, and what it is, it's masonite board with canvas on it. Now, back in my oil painting days, which I did one oil painting in my lifetime, I did it on a masonite board, and it was smooth. I mean, it was actual masonite, and we had gessoed it. But this is a pre-gessoed board, triple prime for a perfectly smooth surface. Well, if you look close at it, it still has got the texture. I was hoping it'd be smoother than this, but and they come in different colors. This is the gray. When I got them, I just got Studio Gray and I think Dune. They have, I think, I think they have 4 colors. They do not have a white though, which I thought was interesting. Each are individually wrapped. And buy them in boxes of 12, I think. All right, so I just wanted to show that to you. I'm going to sand this one. Well, here's my microphone's down here. Let me just put that right here. I think it'll still hear me fine. Or here, we'll put it right here on our tub of towels. That'll work. I think it should hear me fine. All right, and then I want to get some of the Jerry's ones we normally use. Which I had earlier. But the pack's gone at the moment. So we'll just grab a brand new pack. Not like we don't have plenty of them. When Jerry's has a sale on these, we stock up. Buy them by the caseload. I think it's 24 in a case for $2.25, I think. And if you're not familiar with Jerry's, has also got a wholesale art club. And if you buy a lot of paint, they say if you spend over $1,500 a year, it's worthwhile. Well, I did some fast math. It's $100 a year to join the club. And the difference in paint on the large tube of Matisse, you know, the bigger ones, the 150 milliliters, not necessarily per number, but the CAD colors, there's a $10 difference between Jerry's and their wholesale. It was Art Supply, Art Warehouse Supply. Let me, you may want to know about that. Hold on a second. I still have it up on the computer. Art Supply Wholesale Club. If you do a Google search on that, you'll find it. Or if you can't find it, do a contact us and we'll do it. Okay, I want to see what's going to happen if I paint that, and I'm going to paint one of these. Like I said, I don't want to mess up this palette too much, because somebody did win this palette. But I don't want to waste all the paint. Let me make sure. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I already got paint on it. Nice purple. Not exactly what I wanted, but that's all right. You know, if we don't have paint on our fingers and everywhere, then we're just not in Ginger's class. Let's start with the one we know. You can use the sandpaper on it. Again, you know, it's very, very rough. You can even see a little bluey, little mess. You got a little hair sticking off. If you sand over them, those guys go away. The amount of pressure I'm putting down is pretty heavy. I mean, I'm not lightly sanding it. There's force behind it. because you really want to get these guys smooth. You have to let me know if I get out of the camera. Looks like I'm pretty good. We have Alexa playing instrumental jazz in the background. I mean, like the instrumental type music. That's smooth. I don't like that little bumpy there, but it's pretty much gone. Yep, can't feel it now. Yeah, I still have my boards around here. Okay, sand it off, shake it off, get it out of the way. We made this last time. Double sticky tape. It's a 3M removable poster tape. That's what I used on this. This is a piece of plastic, acrylic. It still has its protective coat on it. I thought I'd get, one use out of it that way before I went to the actual plastic. All right. And I don't have my brush or paint over here, so once again, I wasn't planning on doing this. So hang in there. Look at that white piece of paper there, or canvas for a while. And I just like to use this bigger brush. The big guy. Let's find a rag that she hasn't touched tonight, so it's not covered in paint and wet. Should be able to use this one. Okay, I dampen. I stick it in clean water, and then really make sure it's all pulled out of there and nothing's interfering. It's just damp. All right, I have not worked with greens directly, so potluck here. We have some dark, we got blues. I don't know what you're seeing on that camera. Oh, you see almost all of it. All right. This was white. That's right there. I know we have the glazing medium, which I use. Then the other ones, I don't remember the colors, how they were. So let's start with this. Oh, these are flows. Okay, so the flows are going to be it's a thinner paint. It's not the normal heavy bodies that Ginger uses. So that's going to be interesting. I've never used the flows. And we've got two different greens there. Well, that's kind of nice. Okay. So we'll give Ginger a nice green background. We have that green. Not one of her favorite greens is these brighter greens. But for a background, I think it's okay. And this is a darker green. Oh yeah, I don't know if that's the hooker green. Now see how it's transparent though? Look at that. You brush it out a little bit and that's really a very transparent, or as they would say, a translucent color. This might be the hookers. Well, it thins out too. Well, there's definitely a difference in these paints. I don't know if you guys have ever used a flow. They go on very smoothly. Basically, it's a thin down, heavy body. It's just ready to paint. The pigments are supposed to be the same. Everything's supposed to be identical on them. Interesting though. You can really see, you have to work it if you don't want to have the line there, or if you want to create an effect, you can really do it because you can still get down to the canvas. Interesting. Some of this up here. Well, most of the colors are translucent though, which I'm finding interesting. You would have to apply it and just leave it and not blend it or move it around. That's kind of a neat effect there. I'll leave that. Let's put dark over here and dark down here. That little darker we have left. Interesting stuff. Okay, stock full room, he doesn't like that little speck in there. Can't help it. I never knew there was a term for that, you know? I don't think there was until Ginger and I came up with that. Well, I think Ginger probably called me that first. I'm gonna take some of the glazing medium there, see if we can't get these to blend out a little bit. Oh yeah. That is really interesting. You know, these greens, you can see through them. So it's one of those things that, you know, you may want to, you would have to dry it, add more layers to it to get different effects. Look at that. Huh. That's interesting. Not sure if I like it or not. Okay. All right. And we're just going to pile a bunch of paint on the other one and see what it does. Gonna plop it over here. Let it dry. I'm going to do sandpaper on this to see if it makes a difference. It's fairly rough, even though they say it's ultra smooth. You know what they say? Perfectly smooth surface. Let's go down here. Purple. Let's do a little bit. It really doesn't make a whole lot of difference. There's a little bit. I think just a light sanding. They don't really tell me if it's a gesso or a paint. My guess is it's just a gesso. It feels like a gesso. Professional grade 11-ounce cotton made of durable 100% cotton canvas, acid-free archival. Oh, available in soft, non-reflective colors: seafoam, Sahara, dune, and gray. So I just have the dune. I guess this is dune. Yeah, dune and gray is what I got. Thought the gray would be a good neutral. So a little lighter pressure than I do on the canvas, because you can see taking off the top surface pretty fast. I don't think it's going to matter. It's very smooth now, though. All right. Will that stick to our? I don't think I will stick. Let's just see what we get. Will you even hold it? Huh. Guess it will. All right. So we had green. I have just a little bit of green left in it. Only did one bucket of color of water, so mainly got greens anyway. So what do we got? We got blue and yellow and some other greens. Let's just see what we come up with. So I grab magenta first. Well, what's magenta going to do to us? Anybody remember? Anybody have a color wheel? I do. Magenta is opposite green, so we're going to end up with mud unless we dry it. Because you're in the red family. Red violet, so we're going to get to mud pretty quick. We can use that with the blue though, because they're on the same side, so we'll go with the blue. Not exactly what I was going to do to begin with, but you know what? Doesn't matter. An underpainting. Not bad. I don't have enough of those two to finish the whole job, so we'll see what we do. Now, this is a smooth surface. I kind of like that surface. See, what I'm trying to do is find a surface. I'm going to get... Can you see me over here? I think I should be over here. I didn't really set the camera up. Hold on a second. Excuse my hand. There we go. That's better, I think. I'm going to start using the Turner acrylic wash. I love that color. Look at that color. And I'm trying to find a smooth surface. When I was doing watercolors, I always went for the smoothest surface I could get. I got green in it, I think. Let's put a little brown down here. That's what's going to happen to that. And I'm trying to find the same thing because I think I want to do more detail or pen. I don't know what I want to do. But I want to have the option. I always went for smooth. I always did the, like I said, the masonite boards. That's what my sister used a lot of when she was painting. Nancy, and she does, you know, she was mainly masonite board. So that's what I use. So, and that's what this is. This is a masonite board with canvas over it. Kind of an interesting. All right, so what do we got? We got, I don't have enough to cover that. So we're gonna have to either dry it or let it go. Let's see what we want to do. Let's just go for it. We're in the yellows, right? We were in the reds. We're in yellow's getting pretty far over. But let's go for it. We got a bunch of yellow here and white. Let's see what we can do. Cover that gorgeous purple. That's all right. So, as I continue searching and playing, who knows what I'll come up with. They're called Turner acrylic wash. And Ginger was using them on some of the ships, some of the cruises that we went on. But she was using it like a heavy body. And I'll tell you, there's not a lot of information on this paint. They're designed for illustrators that mainly do flat work. The paint creates a flat surface when it dries, so it's really easy to photograph. Interesting effect. Now what we need to do is try to blur that down. So what do you think is going to happen if we do this? Now, what I want to do is clean that off. So I want to just try to blend out what I got there. So the Turner paint's very heavily pigmented. But like I said, Ginger was using them as a heavy body. And they're too expensive for that. They're baby tubes and they're very expensive. It's a high-end acrylic paint. So I'm going to try to learn a little bit more about them. Like I said, I can't find anything on YouTube on them. Very little. People mainly do product reviews on them, but that's it. Nothing to teach. Oh, look at that. Ooh. I tell you, if you don't have some of this stuff, I know Ginger says get a small bottle. Me, I'd get a gallon of this stuff. I guess it depends on the effect that you like and what you want to do. This is more my style of the smooth blendings. I could have a style. Let's see how nicely I got that to go into the yellow and not really go into mud. A little light down there, but we'll come back to that. Let's see what we can do with this side. Again, that's 100% pure acrylic, okay? So basically you can paint with it and paint on top of it because it is acrylic. Ooh, look at there. And it just brought that acrylic back to life because it wasn't fully dry yet. Look what that did. Now I'm doing a very, very light touch. Trying to get that a little cone effect there going. I think that's what I want. I like that. Okay, now we're a little weak in that spot right there. I don't think I have enough paint to do anything in there. I might. All right. We'll put that in there. And what we're going to do is put a little drop. Try to get some more of that up. What do you think? I kind of might put painting on those. Now, I know the the art supply sells them too. Not a big price difference in it, but they have them as well. If you become a member there and did that, but Jerry's has them. Don't remember the price for sure. Naturally, they're more expensive. You know, you buy this 10 sheets for $2. It's 20 cents a sheet. This is more than 20 cents a sheet. So, I guess you have to find surf you like to paint on and go with it. Still have a little bit of that magenta. Look at that. Now, she won't get this one. I'll use this for my acrylic. I'll put my acryls over this, the Turner paints, and see what it does. Yeah. All right, that's all I'm going to do tonight. I don't want to ruin too much more of that. I think I used up at least some of it. Got a big chunk of white left. All right, maybe just one more of the regular ones. I'll leave that. You can either pull them, I wouldn't, or just sandpaper them off. They seem to go right off. Somebody suggested using a block on my sandpaper. Somehow I like to feel how much pressure I'm doing on a block. I just don't feel I can get the same sense of how hard I'm pressing down and doing. It's not a bad idea. I just don't know if it would work for how I do the canvas. You know, a lot of people do not sand their gesso. If you don't, you're going to wear out your brush. Because you're basically painting on sandpaper. I mean, if you feel the surface when you get it, and you take a little sandpaper to it, you can see there's a big difference. And your brushes aren't cheap. Sandpaper's cheap, guys. All right. Last one. I know. Like to see me do this all night long, wouldn't you? Sorry, I got things I got to do tonight. Okay, so we got white, yellow, so it's going to be a white and yellow. We got a little bit of purple left on the brush, which will probably make a mud, so we don't do that. Let's clean off the brush. Let's see if we can't keep it towards the warm tone for something that you can actually use. I've been getting some weird ones lately, and some are getting a little challenging to use. So I can grab the white, a big chunk of white, and we got this yellow. Okay, and I guess we could throw a little magenta in there because that's going to add a little color to it. There we go. Stay away from that green. There we go. Your acrylic paints like something to stick with. That's why you do an underpainting. Can you get a little more out of there? Yeah, we can. So, you know, you've got to paint your canvas with something. You have leftover paints when you're done painting for the day. Grab a canvas and paint it. Or if you want to paint but you don't know what you want to paint, just do backgrounds. Just do a bunch of underpaintings. Because it's all got to be done. Now, a lot of people, they'll do their underpainting in block form, meaning they'll, you know, whatever their subject is, they'll just block in all the different tones. And that's a good way to go, because they just realize they just need to get something down on the canvas, so the canvas has something to work with. Almost used up all that yellow, didn't we? Ooh, I like that. Now that's not too strange for her to use, right? There's some yellow, some white. Tone that down a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to blend that in. I'm going to get that really light for her, so it's not so such an obvious color. So what do I use? My favorite stuff. Golden satin glazing medium. Maybe they get in gloss too. You know, so either one. But as soon as you put that on, I mean, this is not really probably the proper way to use it, but you can use it any way you want. It's 100% acrylic, just like a paint. Anything will bind to it. Look at that gorgeous peach color you're getting, huh? Magenta and the yellow give you that. There we go. Now she should be able to use this one for something, I think. What do you think? I think so. Not too bizarre. A couple more harder edges up there. There we go. Down the bottom here. All right. Well, this was a quicker one tonight. Didn't have a lot of paint left over, and I really got more things to take care of tonight. So I hope you enjoyed it, and look for more underpaintings by John. Thank you. The other camera, Sammy.